Hey everybody, how you guys doing tonight? I hope you all are doing well. Hey, look, I want to say happy Thanksgiving. Hold on a second. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody and to come on because I was listening to different programs online, and it's been a while since I've actually did a show here. So I was thinking I would come back up here this evening and do a quick show, because I'm still baffled by the way that everybody's still handling what's going on with the government. You know what I'm saying? So to my understanding, and when I grew up, we were always taught that this is going to be our topic for tonight, the government thing, or talking about governmental issues and what's going on and voting 2024. So anyway, so when I was growing up, I was always told we had three branches of government, right? The executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches, right? So the president is in the executive, Congress is in the legislative, and the Supreme Court and the Department of Justice and all them people are in the judicial branch, right? So that being said, it is weird to me, how did people act like they have no knowledge of this and that they don't realize that the Congress gives all branches their powers. And then each branch checks the other branch on the use and execution of the things that they do with their powers, right? So what the president does is he has like a veto that he can do if Congress is kind of like, say, 50-50 or whatever, or you don't have enough to have like a veto-proof majority. So then that's when the president is able to veto certain bills to slow them down or whatever. But if you have a good Congress and a veto-proof majority, you can supersede anybody that gets into the presidency, right? And I don't understand why people haven't. I mean, I guess some people have done it, but you listen to all these people on news or the reporters, they act like they just got fresh out of school and they're kind of doing like the scaremongering. And it's irritating to me, you know? And I see why people say that they're the corporate media, because all they're doing is they're not really explaining wholeheartedly what's going on. So number one, all of this thing about Trump is going to get back in office and he's going to go in and he's going to go in and take over and he's going to just, become a dictator. Number one, he shouldn't even be able to get back into office because he was part of the insurrection, right? So he should be worried about himself being in jail. Number two, I don't understand why the judges are giving him such deference in their courthouses and in their courtrooms when he's going around threatening people. He needs to be in jail somewhere until his court date. If he doesn't know how to gag or shut up or do whatever he needs to do and focus on going to trial, then him and his lawyers need to be behind bars, and then they can help him, assist him from there. Because he don't need to be out just running around. You're not impeding anybody. If he thinks that he can run the office of the presidency from behind bars, let him get that training and let him get that experience right now. Put him behind bars and let him do his campaign from there, since he don't know how to shut his mouth up and stop threatening people. That's what I think should happen. And then, over and beyond that, I don't understand why it's taking. Well, I do understand this because Congress is kind of like at a impasse with each other. Like one branch, well, one chamber of Congress is controlled by Republicans. The other chamber is controlled by Democrats. So, and then Chuck Schumer is the weakest Democrat that I have seen in a long time. But all of them are like that. So I can't say. I'm just irritated by the way that they're handling their business. And they always promising stuff, and then they kick themselves down. It's like they promise stuff and then they slow themselves down from getting stuff done, just in hopes that they're going to get elected again next time so they can promise something else and then don't do shit. Oh, they got me started because I was trying to be good, but I gotta let it out. So here we go. So yeah, so I think on all of these shows, they need to have people that are counterbalancing some of these arguments, because they just get up there and they start agreeing with each other and nobody's making any effort to say, okay, hold on, wait a minute. This is not going to become no dictatorship. This is not going to become that kind of government, because we have a Congress that actually gives power to the other two branches of government. We give the presidential branch, or we give the executive branch their powers through Congress, and Congress is supposedly be representative of the people, right? Of the people that put the folks in office. So first of all, we have to make it ironclad that you can't turn the hands back to pre-slavery or slavery time or Jim Crow or whatever it is bullshit was back then, because they've already passed. They have passed laws, and they have also, and if those laws aren't airtight, they should go back and edit those laws so that they are. Take out all that other crap in there and explain about the 3/5, because basically they were saying that for voting purposes, because there were so many additional slaves, which were people down in the South during that time, that they had to try to balance it out, because the vote wasn't truly representative, because black people weren't actually able to vote, even though they were counted. So do you think they would have actually counted? Yeah, I want to continue to be a slave. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's the whole setup that we're going through now is stupid, and it is frustrating to hear who you thought were smart people saying dumb shit, because they don't get it. I don't understand why the judges don't let nobody else talk back to them in court, and yet they let this one guy, idiot Trump, talk back and do everything he wants to do. And that is so irritating, because it does not reflect an equal balance in the law. I mean, I knew it was not that way anyway, but to just blatantly show and flaunt it is so disheartening and so embarrassing for the whole government. Somebody should get up there and just stop it and say, look, some judge should have enough balls to get up and say, hey, you know what? We're not having this in this courtroom. You're either going to sit your ass down, you're going to not go out of the courtroom until we go on break, and if you don't know how to control yourself, then I'm going to have the bailiff take you downstairs, put you in a nice little cell, and then let your lawyers talk to you from there. I'm not going to say this again. And let that be the end of it. I bet you that all of a sudden all of these play and all of these fake things that he's doing, I bet you it'll clear up then. And all these so-called supporters that they have, they ain't about that life. Because when they show up and they think they're gonna get arrested, all of a sudden they ain't got nothing to say. But if they think ain't nobody gonna do nothing to them, then they'll show up and then they show out and show their ass. And the same thing with these police that are quick to hammer down on people that are just out here just doing regular demonstrations. But then they're gonna let the Klan and all these other people do what they want to do, and not be so and kind of just give them an extra leeway on how they're going to handle. No. That's not the way to do it. See, because what you're doing is what you're actually doing is you're making regular people mad. You're pissing regular folk off, and regular people are basically saying, you know what, the law says this, and this is how I'm going to act because I can control myself, right? But when they see all these other people not controlling themselves, that's what makes regular people say, they must think things around here sweet. And they not sweet around here. And then that's when you're going to really have problems. That's when you really going to have problems, when the silent majority stop being silent. So y'all can keep playing if you want to. But I'm telling you, the best thing to do is to start treating an ex-president just like regular people, because he's not president. And here's the other thing I want to say before I get off of here, because I wanted to make this just like 15 minutes. I can talk longer, y'all, because I went on and upgraded my chat to, or my segments to, a longer segment like I used to have. But I'm trying to, man, I'm also chilling right now, so excuse my voice. But what I'm trying to do is stay within, I guess, within a 15-minute time period, unless I have guests. If I got guests, then yeah, I'm gonna probably talk longer. But for the most part, I'm gonna try to keep it maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna talk maybe a little bit over tonight, because I'm gonna do some begging at the end of this right here to ask you guys to follow me on my platforms, because I need to start trying to get some stuff monetized, right? So I want you guys to follow me on my platforms. Go to my website, follow me there. It's DHSpeller.com. Start liking my stuff on my website, because the way that I have it set up is my website is going to actually be a location or platform where I help other businesses, like smaller businesses, get seen and be heard. As I, post blog images and stuff like that, I have a directory. So anyway, I'll talk about all that in a few minutes. But just to close this out, I want the United States to start acting like a civilized nation, to where people, if you want regular folks to obey the law, then you got to start making these other people obey the law. The ones that think that they don't have to, or the ones that think that the world is theirs, you got to put them people in check. Because then regular people will say, okay, there is some type of governance going on. But when you just let the rich keep getting richer and you don't make stuff balance out, that's how your problems are going to start, and that's how your problems are going to happen. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to say on that particular part. So for the rest of this, I wanted to tell you guys about following me on my social media platforms and helping me to the point to where I can start, like I said, getting monetized, so I can get more people on the platforms, so that I can start maybe doing some traveling, and then we'll start doing interviews and start talking to people about different things, right? About all kinds of different topics and whatnot. So let's start out with my YouTube. I have 2 people following me on YouTube, and I am one of the 2. So I need you guys to go to my YouTube channel. My handle is at DHSpeller. So the little squiggly thing at the front, the ampersand, the @ sign, DHSpeller. And you should be able to find me on YouTube. I don't have a lot of content there right now, but just do me a favor, go there and follow me so I can get up to 1,000 followers. And then I can start, adding more content and stuff like that. I'm trying to add content, but I need to get some things going. So I appreciate you following me there. The other platforms that I have is, like I said, my website. I need to start having a lot more visitors on my site so that then I can hopefully get more people listing on my directory. I have a business directory on my DHSpeller.com is the actual site. And I got like a lot of actual content there. That's going to be where I have the majority of my content on my website. So it's DHSpeller.com and it's also DanielSpeller.info. But either of those two, you'll be able to find me. And if you just Google Daniel Speller or DHSpeller on the search engine, then you'll see a lot of my different information that I have kind of pop up. So I think that's it. I have a store that's on Bonfire, and that's also listing on my website. I have a couple of ads there that leads you back to my Bonfire store. So I want you guys to go up there and check out some things. This is the holidays now, so I want you guys to probably check that out. And maybe you'll see a shirt, t-shirt, or something that you'll like there. I have t-shirts and mugs are my main things that I'm probably going to create, because Bonfire, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of different products. They have like hoodies, t-shirts, and some coffee mugs and caps. So I think my designs are going to be mostly for the coffee mugs and the caps. And t-shirts. Well, that's all they sell, so I'm probably in bags. Yeah, that's all they got. I have a design for each one of the products that they have up there, okay? So I did something for the little tote bag that they have. And then I did something for their t-shirts. I have a few shirts up there. And the coffee mug, I have 2 or 3 designs for some coffee mugs up there. And I think I have 1 baseball cap design. So y'all go and check me out there. And on my website, when you go up in the menu, if you want to see all of my actual different things, you can see them sparse between my site, in different locations. But I have a link tree that's actually on my menu, and that has all the links to most of my platforms. But that's the only 2 platforms that I'm really looking at trying to monetize, which is this platform here, Spreaker, and also YouTube. I think is the 2. I have other platforms that I use, but I haven't really figured out how I want to do anything to monetize those other ones. So if you help me out with Spreaker and with YouTube, then I think we should be, and my website. Just start visiting my site, reading the things that I have there. If you help me out with those 3 platforms, I think we're going to be good to go. All right, I'll be back later, y'all. I appreciate y'all listening, and we'll come up with another topic that we're going to talk about soon. And we'll be back soon. Thank you guys for listening. I didn't have any kind of intro tonight, no kind of outgoing or nothing like that. I just wanted to kind of talk about why it is that people act like they have a hard time understanding how much power Congress has over all of these other things that can go wrong. That's why it's important that you choose good Congress people to represent you, and not these people that's like the folks that's in the Republican Party. Definitely not like those people, nor the centrist or the weak people that's in the Democratic Party. You want people that are progressive. They're going to stand up for you as an individual, and they're going to seek to do things on a balanced or an equitable manner. That's what you need in Congress, okay? So let's do this next year, and let's make this work. Peace. I'll be back.